February is right around the corner, and it's one of my favorite months of the year. Not because Valentine's Day is in it. That's not it at all. I love the 28 days. Other than leap year, you get an extra day. But I love the 28 days, which is exactly 4 weeks. 4 times 7, 28 to get the work done that you need to get done. Specifically, Smart Poker Study right here, right? We're talking about improving your poker skills. So, what I have for you today are 2 different plans, both 28-day poker skill improvement plans. One has you focusing on 3 different strategies for the entire month. The other one, 7 different strategies. Let's get into it. Gambate!
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Now, this is the 28-day plan that you need to grow your poker skills. To get this absolutely for free, along with some other goodies that we'll mention in this episode here, go to smartpokerstudy.com/28-day plan. Now, the plan itself is going to come to you in PDF form with plenty of space for you to write down all the necessary information. You have 2 different plans actually to choose from within this 4-page PDF. The first plan has 7 strategies at 4 days each. And then so you're going to repeat the same study with purpose and playing with purpose steps every 4 days throughout the month to hit all 7 strategies that you want to build into your game. Now, the second plan I have devised for you is 3 strategies at 9 days each with a bonus 28th day. So it's up to you how you want to pursue your 28 days of studying and playing with purpose, but of course you can mix and match as well. And everything I'm about to lay out for you makes it super easy to do that mixing and matching. This is designed as a choose-your-own-adventure 28-day plan. At the top of the plan is an important question that you must answer for yourself. What skills must I learn over the next 28 days to propel me further than ever before? Now, there are a couple ways that you can answer this question. The first is that you just know what you need to learn. Maybe you just know right now some spots that you're uncomfortable with, that you have trouble with. Maybe number 1 is profitably defending the blinds. Number 2, making positive EV bet calls. Or number 3, folding on the river when I know I'm beat. That's the toughest thing in the world to do. If you already know your 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 strategies you need to work on, boom, list them out right there. If you're not exactly sure what you should work on, another thing you can do is analyze your statistics and your win rates. Now, when you download the 28-day plan, you're also going to get the 41 stats and win rates tracker. Utilizing Poker Tracker 4, you're going to go through and fill out all the key statistics that tell you how you're playing and your win rates that tell you how you're playing as well. Now, the tracker is in Excel format, easiest way that I know how to use it, and for my students as well. But download it, pop it open, get to Poker Tracker 4, look at your maybe most recent 5 or 10,000 hands. What you're going to do when you look at your stats, ask yourself as you're typing them in, where am I easily exploited? So you're typing in your stats, you're looking at numbers, things are looking okay, that's not too bad, not too bad. All of a sudden, C-bet flop, you see it's 41%. C-bet turn is 74%. Holy cow, if my opponents see that I'm super flop honest like this, it's so easy to exploit. They can fold versus every flop C-bet if they do not have a good hand, and if they are near the nuts, they can easily raise knowing I'm going to call. So if you can figure out a spot where you are easily exploited, there are some strategies you can work on right there. The second way, look at your win rates and ask yourself, where am I losing money? So right down here, maybe you're entering your various win rates after going through Poker Tracker 4, filtering for your plays, and you see call turn C-bet win rate is negative 1,253 big blinds per 100 hands. That means on average, every time you call a C-bet on the turn, you're losing 12.53 big blinds. That is a super big leak. You have to focus on it over the next 28 days. What I want you to do is, whether it's 3 or 7 things that you want to work on, list your adventure in order of importance. So for me, if I had these 3 items, profitably defending the blinds, that would be number 1. Making positive EV C-bet calls, that would be number 2. And then number 3, folding on the river. The way I'm looking at this is I kind of put things in order of the frequency that they occur. You see the blinds and have the chance to defend the blinds 2 out of every 6 or 2 out of every 9 opportunities. You don't face C-bets that often, and you definitely don't get to the river that often as well. Now, after you've listed your strategies in order of importance, whip out your poker journal and get to work on number 1. And to help you do that, when you get the 28-day plan, you get that 41 stats and win rates tracker, plus you get your own copy of this Word journal. Now, the poker journal is already broken up into various categories of things that you'd like to study to help you keep track of your notes. Now, the genius in this 28-day plan is in its simplicity. The plan is broken down by your actions every 4 days. Day 1, day 2, day 3, and then day 4. And you just repeat those 4 days over and over throughout the month. So let's imagine your number 1 strategy that you need to work on is blind defense. The first thing you're going to do is find an item to study. Maybe in the Poker Forge, you're going to go to the pre-flop hand selection course and then watch that pre-flop blind defense video. So on day 1, you're going to study that video by watching it and you're going to take notes. And as soon as you finish that, boom, you check the box on your 28-day plan. Then you're going to do a purposeful practice session. So sit on 1 or 2 tables for 1 or 2 hours and play, trying to utilize the strategies you learned as often as is profitable. And then while you're playing, you want to tag any key hands that occur. You tag those hands so that you can study them tomorrow in day 2. So when we get to day 2, you're going to warm up before another purposeful practice session by reviewing the notes that you made in the prior day and going through your database and reviewing your tagged hands. While you review those tagged hands, you're thinking about the strategies that you've learned and the strategies that you're trying to practice. What did you do right? What did you do wrong? What did you miss within the hand? And where did you make your mistakes? After that warm-up, and I recommend maybe 15-20 minutes of warm-up, check that box, and then do some more purposeful practice on 1 or 2 more tables. And that ends day 2. Of course, tag any relevant hands once again. Day 3, you are going to re-study that video that you watched, that chapter that you read, that podcast that you listened to, and you're going to update your notes with anything new that you learned. See, the thing is, you watched this first video, and I'm sure you learned some stuff, you took some notes and everything, but you played 2 purposeful practice sessions. That's some valuable experience. When you go back and re-study that video, reread that chapter or whatever, you're going to learn even more things. You're going to take more from that item that you studied, so update those notes. And then, of course, purposeful practice another session, and then tag any key hands during that session as well. And on your 28-day plan, there are check mark boxes for you to keep track of what you've done that day. And this is going to keep you on track throughout the full 28 days. Like I said, super simple, genius plan for improvement. Then on day 4, you're going to warm up once again with your notes and your tagged hands. Do that 15-20 minutes or so. And then one final purposeful practice session. Now, this is a choose your own adventure. So if you feel those 4 days of blind defense work, for example, just weren't enough, you're still uncomfortable, you're still unsure about the strategies, repeat it as necessary. But when you repeat it, you're going to repeat it for another 4 days following that same process, but maybe choose a new item to study. So you watched a video for the first 4 days. For the second 4 days, let's find a chapter in a book. Pre-flop online poker, my own book. Chapter 4.1 is all about blind defense. Boom, that's what you're studying, that's what you're taking notes on, and that is what you are going to purposefully practice over the next 4 days. Super simple and genius strategy for tackling the 28 days. Speaking of tackling those 28 days, it's time for you to take action. Step number 1, if you've enjoyed this video, please like the video down below, leave a comment as well, subscribe if you aren't subscribed so you can get more videos like this. And then it's the true action. Step 1 is to go to smartpokerstudy.com/28-day plan. You go there and you can get the 28-day skill up plan, the 41 stats and win rates tracker, plus a video teaching you how to find your stats and your win rates. And of course, you can get the poker journal right here. Afterwards, after you get those 3 things, it's time for you to get to work, answer that question, what skills must I learn over the next 28 days to propel me further than ever before? Figure out the answer to that question, and then get to work on number 1. Thank you so much for watching, and Gambate!